the exact numbers, but we did meet a customer that made over Black Friday, Cyber Monday, $150,000.
Just from SMS Bump?
Just from SMS Bump.
Just from SMS Bump, $150,000. Hey guys, so I met here the Mikhail Stoichev. He's the founder of SMS Bump. So a lot of you guys probably already use SMS Bump, and from my personal experience, from people that I work with, I know SMS Bump is huge value add for Shopify stores, and adds tremendous positive outcome in terms of profit margins and extra sales that you can generate. So I'm very excited to meet with Mikhail again. We met previous time in Barcelona, and so I interviewed him then, and since then it's basically like 6 months went by. And what's interesting, by the way, great to have you here.
Thank you, Alex. Thanks for having
me. Since our last meeting, right? So I remember you announced that you had like 10,000, basically 10,000 customers, right? 10,000 people started using SMS Bump. Now, like basically 6 months went by, and there are how many?
Today we have 22,000.
It's pretty much like doubled in just 6 months.
So yeah.
People finally like realize the value of it, and also the quality of the product is amazing. So people start using it more and more. So I wanted to ask you, what are the main things that changed in the product itself in the last 6 months? Things that you introduced that could be like a huge value for the people who are using it.
Sure. So there are a couple of things. Number one, we started working on more methods to grow your subscriber list. So we introduced the double click or double tap pop-ups, which display on mobile devices only. Mm-hmm. So the way this works and it becomes a winner is like if someone is on a mobile device, then we will show them a pop-up maybe 15 seconds after they're on a page, or if they scroll down 60% of the website, we'll show them a pop-up which will take the full screen or just a small portion of the screen, mm-hmm. and then they wouldn't have to enter their phone number. So they just have to double tap. The way it works is that once you tap, we open iMessage or Android Messenger, and then there is a predefined text that you send out, and by this, you already become a subscriber. Wow. You can bundle this with a promotion. It works really good, like get 10% instant discount, mm-hmm. or we're doing a giveaway, or be the first one to learn about our exclusive deals and promotions. Mm-hmm. So this works extremely well. And before I answer the other cool things that we were able to achieve is, I just want to say that for everyone using pop-ups as part for collecting emails, mm-hmm. and everything else relevant, we always recommend to keep those available for tablet and desktop versions. Continue collecting emails, but for a mobile version, we definitely recommend switching on the double tap pop-up, because at the end of the day, it provides a seamless experience. So you enter the website on a mobile device, you get a mobile pop-up, you register for text marketing and automations, mm-hmm. and then once you register, you get the messages in the same channel. So mm-hmm. it creates this seamless experience and transition. Another thing that we launched is the flows. So this is probably the biggest thing we've been working on the mm-hmm. past maybe 8 months, not 6 months.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned this like on our last conversation.
Yeah. We got slightly delayed with that, but I'm very happy with the final outcome. People are adopting it and mm-hmm. using it crazy, which gives us, I would say, a good competitive advantage currently in the market. So flows are basically upgraded automations, mm-hmm. where you're able to do use cases. So for instance, someone abandons a cart. I'll use abandoned cart since it's very, very famous feature of the app. So someone abandons a cart, and then you wait 15 minutes. So instead of sending a text message, which gives the same thing for everyone, you can say, if a customer has left more than $100 worth of items in the cart, mm-hmm. you can send them like a MMS and then include all the products that they left in the cart. So it's like an image with all the products they left in the cart, and then you can offer them like a discount, versus if they're a smaller tier mm-hmm. Purchase, you can just send them a SMS. And of course, you can do many more things. We have great integrations with our partners, Recharge, mm-hmm. Smile, one-click upsell, and many other great apps that we work with.
Intercard as well, right?
Intercard as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. We're working with Intercards. It's what we see is it's growing in popularity. So definitely the 10 brothers know what they're doing. So Intercard is available to use as well. But at the end of the day, it's important that you can do different conditions. Like you can send different messages based on the geolocation. So if someone is based in
nice.
France, you can text them in French. If they're based in Germany, in German, Austria, same language. You can do cash on delivery. So if someone is based in, let's say, the Middle East or India or any heavy cash paying country, then you can say if the payment method is ABC, send them a link with the confirmation. Also customer winbacks based on different conditions. If a customer is tagged with a VIP or something, you can put them through a different flow. Endless possibilities.
Do people have to so is this available on all plans, or this is on like only more advanced plans of SMS Bump?
Well, this is available for everyone. So as long as they load credits in their card, they can set up the flows, and then they can just let the app on.
And you just set it up once, pretty much.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so you put the work in once, but then you get to benefit, from it for a long time.
I would say so. I mean, we always say, at the end of the month, we send this report of how much money the store has generated. So, always go in the app at least like every couple of weeks to see how everything's performing, and
maybe you can tweak something.
adjust, tweak, get an agency, look for experts' opinion, ask us a question. We'll be happy to help.
Cool. What are the typical open rates for SMS that you're seeing?
Yeah, so SMS is not tracked, unlike email. All of the statistics available on the internet are based on researches where they put people in the room and they text them and they see how they respond to the text messages. So it's, I can only speculate, but industry says above 90%.
90%.
90%. Yeah.
So you get, with email, you get, what's open rate? Like 10%, 5-10%, right? Like 20% maybe,
If you're good, you get 30. It's 40 maybe.
Yeah. And then, so, it's huge advantage, right? And, we've been, yesterday we've been to the party, right? And one of the guys, he's on Cyber Monday, right? On this kind of promotion, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. How much he generated, he said? From SMS Bump?
I don't remember the exact numbers, but we did meet a customer that made over Black Friday, Cyber Monday, $150,000.
Just from SMS Bump?
Just from SMS Bump.
Just from SMS Bump, $150,000. So, if you're not utilizing, pretty much, just, leaving that money on the table.
I would say that for anyone still on the edge and before launching a campaign, we just introduced a brand new feature which is called A/B testing. So it works exactly the way that Facebook ads work. So you can choose different type of segments. So AB, ABC, ABCD. Then you can choose the test group size. So let's say 10% or 20%. And afterwards you can choose how long you want to run the whole test for. So let's say 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, you can distinguish which is the winning sector. So you can test GIF versus image versus standard SMS in two ways. So you can do 25 each split. That brought a lot of money because essentially you test it with a really small group. And then you see what people respond to the most. And you continue the whole flow from there on with,
That's awesome.
with that. Yeah. This is... maybe the brands that did good and the brands that did extremely good, I would say this is one of the hidden features that they could.
So with everything in marketing and business, you have to test stuff, right? It's obviously there are best practices, but your market, your niche, your offer are specific, right? You might have, different customers, different price points, so you have to be, constantly tweaking and optimizing. And with our own projects, with, our students, our clients, we are seeing that these are the people who do the best. These are the people that constantly tweaking, optimizing, looking for that extra edge in their performance, whatever that is, like email, SMS, like optimizing their website.
Messenger, push. No, I mean the same as you guys. I mean, when you run ads, you don't go with one copy and then
Correct.
you say,
Exactly.
yeah, this is the best because I made it. I mean, you test multiple scenarios, and then at the end of the day, once you see what people are eating the best, you just continue running it and scale it high.
Definitely. So what are the biggest things? So you're observing, like you have this huge database. You see all of these people, some doing better, some doing not that good, and the people that are that are not doing as well. So what are the main opportunities you see that they can improve in their SMS strategy?
We're lucky not to see that many people that are not doing good. I think that maybe the common mistakes, like the very first thing that someone needs to set up when they're thinking about SMS in any country around the world, doesn't matter where it is to make sure that they're compliant.
Yeah.
So we definitely don't want to say. I mean, if someone is looking for an app to send messages to previous customers, definitely we're not the choice. But if they want to build up the list from scratch, and then of course we give them all the tools to scale, this is definitely we're very happy to welcome those customers. But on the topic, common mistakes. So I see that people are not utilizing the growth collecting mechanisms enough. So I would say use more keywords. So keywords are like text words that you rent. And then so it's like text Alex to 69551 or 81787 or 91990. So by texting this keyword, you become a subscriber. This works really good with Instagram, with TikTok, with Facebook Messenger. So you can run like stories, and then once people see this, they can just text the keyword, and this is how you collect also traffic directly from the social media.
Very nice. So pretty much with your ads, with your Instagram, with your other channels, you can say to people, okay, so just text this, to this, for example, keyword to this number, and then they'll become SMS Bump, basically subscribers in your SMS Bump dashboard. Is that right?
Absolutely correct. They'll become SMS subscribers.
Very nice.
We don't own the data of the customer. Whatever subscribers they get, it's theirs. It's their efforts. One strategy that I've used, that I've seen people using, is that for companies working with influencers, they would distribute different keywords, and then those keywords would be then, individual for each and every influencer, so you know which person gave you what type of traffic. So that works.
This is good. So you can track basically the sales that are delivered by influencers, or you can track the subscribers delivered by influencers.
So you can create a flow and saying if the person came to the website using this keyword, and if they made a purchase within 48 hours afterwards, we can attribute the sale to this keyword and to this influencer if you go back the chain.
Very nice.
Another thing that is very interesting is people that are using the blasts for Facebook shows, like Facebook Lives, are still working pretty good. And basically, they will just blast the campaign 15 minutes, very short time before they go live. Hey, we're launching a live. Join us in this link. We're starting in 15 minutes. So it creates a sense of urgency. It's a channel where you would see that the text messages will be arriving exactly on time, and that at the end of the day it will drive traffic. And of course, Facebook shows it's completely another different topic not for this conversation, but works really, really good. Another thing which is super simple, everyone can do it. So I noticed that not everyone uses the order confirmation. So basically, when someone buys a product, you text them with the confirmation code. Hey, let's say Alex, thanks for purchasing from ABC. Your order with this ID has been created successfully. And then what you can do is you can say, discount unlocked. Get 10% on your next order in the next 15 minutes if you use the codes, and then we can generate unique code for each and every customer.
Very nice.
So that converts really, really well.
So order confirmation. So pretty much someone has purchased from you, right? And then in that email, you send them extra offer. That's right?
Yes, in the SMS where we send the order confirmation, we send an extra offer, like an upsell.
Very nice.
They can just go ahead and rebuy again. And of course, you can make it more sophisticated and say, if the person has purchased previously and had more than 2 orders historically,
Yeah.
only then send them this offer. Otherwise, you can just send them the order confirmation. So again, you can make it
Okay,
different.
you can
based on the
segment it based on their behavior.
Yes, absolutely correct. Based
Very
on their
nice.
historical behavior. Yeah.
What, do you know? Do you have any data like in terms of uptake on this offer typically?
I don't have a percentage on.
I mean, even
conversion
if it's like 1%, right? It's like, you know, it's like 1% of people who buy from you will buy like extra product. You know, it's still, you know, like extra like.
I know the return on investment, return on amount spent. Let's be more politically correct.
Yeah.
The return on amount spent is in thousands.
Very nice.
Yeah.
From this
Just this simple thing.
this is it. I mean, you put $1 in, you know, guys, it's just like free money for you right there. So what would you like? What are the things that you're like working on that will be implemented?
So we're betting more and more on flows. We are working currently on 2 main things. Number one is A/B testing inside of flows. So essentially, when you run the whole thing, when you go to action, which is the final step, well, what we can do is we can again run a split test, and based on the performance of this, so let's say the first one that reaches to 10 orders will be the winning one, and then the whole flow can continue with it, and then disregard the other one. So I think this is gonna allow marketers to really, you know, be creative and let's say use their fantasy and work on statistical data on continuous improvement. Another thing that we're working on, and we have it with Recharge, but we want to bring it for everyone, is responses. So the way responses work is that inside the flows, or when you're doing a broadcast, when you're sending a text to all of your subscribers, instead of sending an offer, then you can send them an offer and ask for their response. So let's say, hey, you know, it seems Valentine's Day is in 14 days, and do you want to get our offers for boys or girls? And then if you respond with boys, we'll put you in a flow for boys.
So keyword segmentation.
Exactly. So we would ask a question, something like a survey, and then based on the response of the question, we will continue the whole thing with specific targeted content for this person.
Very nice.
Another thing that we're working now that you mentioned it is Shopify do not have gender-based segmentation, so we're working on an algorithm that will assign scores based on the name of the person. So if you're Alex, you're 99% a boy. Maybe.
There are ladies, Alex,
right,
I know.
So 80% maybe.
If Jason, probably. Let's say Jason.
Jason, all right, Jason, or John. So if you're John or Jason, then we would be 100% sure to tag you with male. And then if you're, let's say, since we started with Jay, if you're Julia, then you're most likely a lady. So based on this, most likely. So based on this data, you'll be able to kind of like segment people out. And then when you're running blasts, if you're selling products to both, you know, men and women,
this is smart.
You can just go and target the ones that are spending more, which is almost every time ladies.
Very nice. So in terms of like setting this all up, like all of these, because we discussed like quite advanced, you know, sequences, can a person without like technical experience, kind of like, does a person need to be like very advanced technically to set these things up inside of like SMS Bump?
Yeah, that's a good question, and the one we get quite often. So all the flows that I told you, like they're available in the flows library, and then you just have to go and enable whichever ones you want. So the other thing that they can do is they can create their own flow. Obviously, if they want to create something crazy, we always recommend them to work with a SMS partner. So someone that is experienced in SMS marketing and that works, you know, pretty good and can create all of their sequences, respectful of the other channels that they're using, like email, push, Facebook, just to make sure that they don't repeat the same message everywhere. But other than that, I don't think it's rocket science. Like, you don't need any coding experience. You need marketing experience. I mean, for sure. So if you're a D2C brand and you have like your own team or you're working with an agency, you can do very, very complicated and sophisticated stuff. For everyone else, we have the library, or they can get in touch. We can help as much as we can in order to for them to be successful.
Awesome. So guys, I mean, if you're not using SMS Bump and if you're running e-commerce, dropshipping store, I mean, this is just free money. You know, this is where your profit margins are. I know people come to me, you know, they have like they might generate, you know, 7 figures in sales, but their profit margins are like this. And then, you know, that's like SMS Bump is one of the first things that I recommend. It's like, you know, just get it done. And then, like, you know, they message me like, say, oh wow, it's like, you know, it's like working. They send me like screenshots and stuff. So
I just think, Alex, and sorry for interrupting you, I think that when you spend that much money on traffic, you need ways to retarget people.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, this talk is about SMS in general, but I think you should retarget people in as many ways as possible.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
and also like in ways where it's like, it's still like non-conventional. It's still, you know, there's like, it's not like 100% of people are using it, right? So you have this channel where like open rates are still high. It's still, you know, like not as many people use it, not many people take advantage of it, especially these like more advanced things. So with email, obviously, you know, we just got like open rates are much smaller. So you have this extra channel pretty much where you build your list, right? And then when you have promotions, when you have, you know, Black Friday, when you have holidays, like you can blast that list. You know, you can, you know, generate extra sales, because if you sell, okay, so you send like emails, your emails get buried, you know, Black Friday, like there are 1,000 companies have Black Friday, but you know, on SMS, there are higher chances that people will actually open those emails. And those little things like order confirmation, you have another upsell. Who doesn't open order confirmation? I mean,
yeah.
It's like,
yeah, I mean, we would still send the confirmation only to people who are subscribers. Like, if you didn't give consent for any messages, we would.
You have to be compliant for
sure. Yeah, it's like a border case whether the order confirmation is considered a transactional or marketing. But the one that we discussed is, I would say, a marketing message.
Yeah.
So just to be safe, you need to, you know, collect the consent. And just for the audience, I maybe want to give again another thing which I believe people are not doing. Like as a person, whenever I'm shopping online, which is, you know, 100% of the time I'm shopping online.
Yeah.
I don't go to brick and mortars anymore. But I get so happy when they send me the shipping confirmation. Like when you buy a product from somewhere abroad or just anywhere really, when I get a message, your product has been shipped. This is your tracking number. It's traveling.
Amazon does it like.
Amazon does it, and as much as people, you know, are demonizing it, I think it's very good practice.
Yeah.
So I would say always make sure to have this on. Like the shipping confirmation is a definite must. It wouldn't make you money, but it will provide for this customer service experience that you want to differentiate nowadays. And also 14 days after the order is delivered, I would send another message and either ask them to send me a review of the product, or I would say, hey, do you want to respond to this message and tell me how you like the product? How was your experience? So I guess here we're going to maybe more mid-tier and D2C brands that are using this, but results are stunning. I mean, we've even talked to brands which are using the abandoned cart, not to send automated efforts, but essentially they have like a whole team in the back that is just sending questions. Hey, we saw you abandon this cart, and the first message is automated, but they're like, can we help you? And then they're expecting the person to respond, and from there they're converting like crazy. So this human element on the back end is really important. We offer it. It's part of the app, and then we also integrate with great partners such as Gorgias, Zendesk, Slack. So those messages will go to the help desk, so the support team doesn't have to go to multiple channels. You know,
100%.
They can answer from their desk of choice.
Definitely. So at the time of like Facebook advertising costs, you know, they go up. You know, the competition on Facebook is just, you know, crazy. Like your creative, like your marketing strategy on Facebook has to be like top notch. But there are also things and, you know, apps like SMS Bump with all of these. I mean, you have amazing product. You know, you put like so many efforts like into developing all of these like segmentations and flows that, you know, people can take advantage of. And you should definitely take advantage of all of these things, guys, because this will just give you the edge. You know, at the time where it's like so competitive, and it will be getting even more competitive.
Oh
right?
yeah, I agree. And just to be honest, I think that you know, in a couple of years, we might see that SMS is getting overpopulated
Yeah.
again, just like with everything
Yeah.
else. I'm already seeing like a trend of all the email providers going into SMS as
Yeah.
well, which is a good thing because it, you know, it verifies that the channel is legit
Yeah.
and that it's an alternative to email. Email is a must; everyone needs to do it, but I see that SMS is becoming more and more prominent, and I you know, we're talking about obviously our app, and I'm a little bit biased.
Yeah.
I still think it's you know, the best in the market for Shopify, and definitely.
I mean, numbers verify. Like, I mean, people wouldn't like spread the good word about it, right? Like,
Of course,
you
of
know,
course.
like, so it just like naturally, if you know, Mikhail has amazing product, people use it, people, you know, share with other people, and then, you know, it's just like natural. So you have to take advantage of it if you don't yet, and if you are already using SMS Bump, just go through these things that, you know, we have discussed, you know, these advanced segmentations, or offering the order confirmation email for people who have confirmed they're okay with receiving the you know, SMS notifications. Just take advantage of those things. You know, few percent, it can pretty much get you like few extra percent in sales with high profit margin,
Oh,
because
sure.
because there is no additional cost of acquisition. And then you build a list that becomes your extra asset when you need, you know, extra promotion, you need extra sales. So definitely go there. So there will be a link above this, or I mean, I don't know, below this video. And so you can sign up for SMS Bump if you haven't yet. Like, they have tremendous support, right? You have amazing support.
Yeah, we have we provide 24/7 supports. We do weekends as well. So if you have any questions, we'll be happy to set up. And just to kind of like say, I mean, we're obviously talking about our brand so
Yeah.
much, but I want this message to be that everyone needs to consider SMS as a channel.
Yeah.
And I think that currently, besides us, there are one or two apps which are also doing okay
Yeah.
in the market. So do your own research. I mean,
Yeah.
I will be extremely happy if the guys go with us, but I don't want to, you know, present the whole thing like we're the, you know, the silver bullet. Do your own research. Make sure that you work with a compliant provider.
Yeah.
And you know, this is number one. In our previous video, I talked about compliance.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
so if you haven't seen it, watch that as well. But make sure you go with a compliant provider. And you know, if those strategies were useful, I'm very happy if people share the type of results they're getting with them.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Mikhail. It was amazing. I learned a few things as well that, you know, we'll be implementing very soon. I'll get to my head. I will start implementing them. So, thank you guys for watching. Mikhail, thank you so much for sharing
Thanks for
this.
having me, Alex.
Yeah,
Pleasure.
thank you. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in the next video. There will be a link below. If you decide to sign up for SMS Bump, you can sign up through that link. And then, yeah, and there will be a link probably also to another video with Mikhail, so you can watch and get insights from another interview we had like 6 months ago. So both of these interviews, I get a lot, you know, lots of value out of them and a lot of actionable insights. Thank you for watching, guys, and thank you, and see you in the next video.